Live from our Jackson Studios. Live from the Midtown Jackson Studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Last Call Cafe on Spreaker. Well, welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right, it's another whacked out edition of the Last Call Cafe here on Spreaker from iHeartRadio. That's right. We have to say that now. Ain't it fun? I'm one of a trio of hosts. I'm known as the Baxman, Steve Baxley, and this is the program that wafts into your mind and does things to it that no other show would ever admit to. Then again, we're not like every other show. And to prove it, we got two more hosts. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen. He's a gamer, and they love him. Well, we too. He is the gamer's best friend, Mr. Magnetism himself, the Wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Hey there.
And, of course, what would we be without the brain? What would we be without the brain? And if I finished that song, we'd be sued by Paramount. So that would be called Paramount Minus, la 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 la. Here he is, the host of Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut, and of course, the manager of champions, the undisputed, undefeated, and somewhat undeterred intergender wrestling champion, ode the world, Betty White's favorite chew toy, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only. And of course, the next voice you will hear is that of our erstwhile announcer who is celebrating 4 years of being employed by this program. He gets a very tiny plaque. I do? Yes, you do. Actually, you get a big plaque, but we're low budget. What do you mean? What's that sticky stuff? Oh, that's chocolate. Oh. Here's Franklin Pangborn. He's got some business to do. Mr. Pangborn, sir, take it away. And now it is my deep pleasure to introduce to you and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Brainwave. Here's the Brain. Brain? Brain?
He's busy because I just heard his mom.
Oh boy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half-decent imitation of me. Okay?
It's time now for... Wow. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for the ever-lovable segment of this program we call Gamer News. And for that, here's... Oh, I forgot. We have a sponsor. Yes. Gamer News is presented by Pluto.tv. Turn in, turn on, and turn her up. It's free. They even got channels for the gamer and animator in your life, including gameplays for a whole lot of good stuff. If you ever want to see how the other half lives, go to channels 116 to 116, 816 to 819, Pluto.tv. It's fun, it's free, it's forever. Now, with the Gamer News, here's the wizard.
Thank you. Okay. This week on Gamer News, well, the Halo Infinite multiplayer beta is starting soon. Some people got early access to it since the Halo Waypoint, and so far it's looking pretty good. The Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be free to play, by the way. And that's pretty much all I got for Gamer News.
And, okay. And we do have, sad to say, some sad news for everyone who's a fan of Courage, the Cowardly Dog on the Cartoon Network. Thea White, who played Muriel, the erstwhile, I'm going to say, the nice owner of Courage, the Cowardly Dog, has passed away. And that's about almost all the info we have at this moment. When we get more, we'll bring you a full respective. But one, I'll repeat, Thea White, who played Muriel on the cartoon series Courage, the Cowardly Dog, has passed away. And we will miss her because she is good. She's good.
Yeah, she passed away on July 30th.
That is indeed sad. Hello? Oh boy. Hello? Oh. Okay. Well, we got a lot to do here. Are we all here?
I know I'm here.
All right, good, solid. Okay, let us continue. We regroup, we breathe, get a little air in our lungs. Okay, that's understandable. We got a little message from the brain. He'll be joining us soon. A little personnel discussion, as it were. A little family discussion, as it were. So we're going to let Brain and them do their thing privately, and we will continue with the show. Isn't live on tape broadcasting adorable? Anything can happen. When you go live on tape or you do a show live, anything can happen. You don't edit, you just let it flow. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I a lefty or a righty? Okay. Where are we? Where should we go? Oh yeah. Okay, it is time for a little bit of wrestling news, courtesy of our friends at WrestlingInc.com. And the big story, WWE letting go for quote unquote budgetary reasons. Bray Wyatt. There are more reasons. There are more rumors that once the 90-day non-compete contract that he signed ends, he will be signing with AEW, which last week Vince McMahon and the littlest McMahon, known as Paul Levesque, both said they're not competition. So, Vince, why are you guys cutting costs if they're not competition? Oh, yeah, that's right. Your ratings suck. So, there's quite a little rumors. We said that AEW or vice versa, Bray Wyatt is targeting AEW to latch on to with a new character that will reportedly use his real name. Believe it or not, and we're trying to find a story here if you're listening to my ums. Reported. Now, this is interesting. His real name is, well, let me just see if I can find it here. I don't think we're telling tales. But apparently he will be going by his real name, Wyndham Rotunda. That's right, Wyndham Rotunda, because from what Wrestling Inc. is stating here, that is the name of his father, Mike Rotunda, and his uncle, Barry Windham, and Kendall Windham, for that matter. So, it's going to be very interesting 90 days just to find out what's going to happen. And a little update on what apparently is a very hot ticket in Chicago, where, if you recall last week on AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite, Darby Allin reportedly gave somewhat of a hint that CM Punk he would like to face off with. But there's a slight little problem. And the little problem is CM Punk isn't signed yet. See, AEW is headed to the United Center in Chicago August 20th for AEW Rampage First Dance. And when Tony Schiavone said the news, there was a loud CM Punk chant coming through the crowd in Charlotte, North Carolina. So right now, no one's commenting in AEW about the possibility of CM Punk signing. nor are there any comments on the reported signing of Bryan Danielson to an AEW deal. They're all just staying mum until either next week in Jacksonville or in the Chicago Dynamite show. So, as they say, please stay tuned. And speaking of staying tuned, Impact X Division Josh Alexander made it clear that he wants to defend the title against someone from the AEW roster for Impact's next pay-per-view, Bound for Glory. During Saturday's Impact Homecoming event, Alexander successfully defended the title against Black Taurus. Alexander said, quote, in Alexander's promo, "Black Taurus, you are AAA's best. If we look at my title reign, I've beaten someone from New Japan that's supposedly the best, someone from AAA that's supposedly the best. I've run through the entire Impact X division, so maybe I need to look elsewhere." We're talking about all these different promotions coming at Bound for Glory. AEW, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I'm saying you give me your best, and we'll see which division matters most in this company. Now, Josh Alexander became the X Division champion after he defeated Ace Austin at Rebellion in April. So, there you go. Something very interesting. Now, as we just told you, Bray Wyatt was given a bounced out of WWE. Well, our friends at PW Insider provided some new details, noting that John Laurinaitis, who called Wyatt to inform him of his release, said there was nothing that Bray had done to cause his departure. Now, the reaction within the company was described as stunned, considering how well Wyatt had been for merchandise sales in recent years. The Fiend was especially successful with T-shirt and action figure sales. The report also noted this decision likely comes from WWE President Nick. I'm no relation to AEW's Tony Khan, and CFO Christina Saline, due to their obsession with keeping WWE out of the red on financial ledgers. The WWE second quarter financials came out early this week, and apparently there was a push to cut more costs, whereas in previous corporate regimes, less would be done. Vince McMahon has reportedly given Khan much more power to run things as he sees fit. So there wasn't much pushback when Wyatt was up for being cut. In regards to McMahon and Wyatt, they were said to have a very hot and cold relationship. Wyatt's 90-day non-compete clause runs out a week before, oh joy, AEW Full Gear on November 6th. During this week's second quarter 2021 earnings call with investors, McMahon spoke about if AEW is on the same level of competition as WCW once was, and potentially giving AEW more talent. And this is his exact quote, folks, and I want you to listen very carefully of a reference to former ownership of TNT. Quote, "Well, it certainly is not a situation where rising tides, because that was when Ted Turner was coming after us with all of Time Warner's assets as well. That was a different situation. AEW is where they are. I don't really know what their plans are. All I know is what our plans are. I don't consider them competition in the way that I would consider WCW back in the day. Not anywhere near close to that. And I'm not so sure what their investments are as far as their talent is concerned, but perhaps we can give them some more." Vince, you may want to listen to this, and I'll say it slowly so even you can understand. You can't live in the past. It's now, well, for now, Warner Media, and if you look at your ratings, you'll know why you're beginning to be like WCW, and AEW is in its own plane. And when Rampage comes, oh, will you be surprised? Oh, by the way, there is a report from one of the sheets du jour, from one of the wrestling sheets, that Domino's Pizza, and we'll just say what in a little bit. Domino's Pizza not very happy with one of their commercials being shown on what they call side by side during the second challenge for Jericho, with one of the wrestlers that MJF brought in used a pizza cutter. Now, one of the sheets said that a reporter was called by the WWE and said that they were actually going to call Domino's about this. If this report is true, then we know Vince is desperate. Because you know the old saying, desperate people do desperate things to cause problems. But this problem backfired on him big time, because after Domino's laid their little complaint, it just, disappeared. So Domino's might have seen the little ka-ching of pesos. And some new folks wanting pizzas. Because I thought the battle between Nick Cage and Chris Jericho was great. I don't know about you folks, but I sure was fun. It was exciting, I will say that. And Jay has returned to us. By the way, speaking of which, AEW has filed to trademark the phrase King of Hearts on July 28th with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. It's unclear what AEW's plan is for the trademark, or if it'll be related in any way to the Hart family. We'll just have to, as I say, stay tuned. We'll have more wrestling news on Wrestle Anime HUD coming up at 11:30. But wow. One more story, then we got to get to Le General. SmackDown stars Knox and Shotzi sat down with Vibe and Wrestling to talk about life on the WWE roster. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the story we were looking for. No, that's not the story, guys. Come on. Straighten it up here. What story is it? Oh, yeah. This one right here. Okay. Former WWE wrestler and current Ring of Honor star Mike Bennett took social media over the weekend and called out the WWE and Vince McMahon. In a series of tweets, Bennett said that people who deny that Vince is a, quote, greedy evil man, end quote, are living in denial. Fans could still enjoy the WWE product, but in his opinion, Vince has become, quote, bad for wrestling, end quote. He also called out Vince and the WWE for firing people during the COVID pandemic. And this was his tweets. I'm going to pick up my kids at daycare now. Here's the last thing I'll say. Watch all wrestling, especially Ring of Honor. Enjoy what you enjoy. I watch everything. I find plenty enjoyable at WWE. Some of my best friends still work there. However, to deny that Vince is a gritty evil man is to live in denial. You can enjoy the WWE product and realize that Vince has become bad for wrestling. The fish rots at the head, and for the past 40 years, Vince has been at the top. He fired mass amounts of people during the worst health crisis in 100 years, all to save a few $1 million. And it goes on from there. Let's see. You could still enjoy the product and realize the bosses, and I'm not even going that far, but it's a poo emoji. And a few other things. Just go to his Mike Bennett's Twitter page, and you can read all about it here. But we just do this for news. And that's it for this half of the wrestling news. The other half coming up on Wrestle Anime Hub. But right now, Mr. Pangborn, sir.
Yes, sir.
We got a brainwave, and if you can, get the general out here for his segment.
Okay, thank you very much. It's time now for a brainwave. And Brain, what you got for us?
I already did that earlier. I already muted it and played this stupid stuff.
Okay, thank you very much. X-Man, that's it. Oh, okay, and the General has joined us, so I don't need to do the thing. Okay, let's go to the General. General, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Boys, how y'all doing?
I'm doing all right, General.
Well, it's good to hear. First Lieutenant Jimmy, how are you, sir? Well, I'm doing okay. It's nice to have you back for a second week. Well, thank you. And how's your brother? Well, ask him. Jimmy Jr., how's you doing?
I am doing well, General Big Jimmy Billy Bob Schwartz.
Ah, yes.
Also, did you see my latest video on the Dumb Secret show? The one where I'm playing Pikeville?
Oh, yes, and that was fun. It was fun. I'll give you an A+ for that. 5 stars.
Yeah, I nearly lost the last show, but I managed to somehow beat him. I made it all the way to, like, the title match for the minor league, and unfortunately I got my butt kicked.
Okay, General, it is time to give your belch of the week. To whom do you plan on giving it to, sir? Well, I'm going to give it to Don Callis. No, not him. Yes, sir, I am. I mean, the man makes a little promise. Of course, he wants, I don't know what his relationship is with this Kenny Omega, but I'm going to just say this. Don Callis, if you don't let Hangman have his rematch against his former friend, well, what good are you, sir? Don't wait for Christian Cage, and certainly don't wait for someone rumored to come who might not even be coming. I say give Hangman his opportunity. So, for all that, you, sir, deserve this. We have the Belchatron 2000 already, so to cut to the chase, ready, aim, fire! That was
that was a big one.
Oh, yeah, and I smell Canadian bacon in that. Gentlemen, take it easy. Okay, thanks very much, Mon General. And that is it for us on this side of the street. We'll see you next week. Who knows what we're going to have next week?
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be another 30 minutes of brainwaves and feng shuiing your brains. So for the Wizard, the Brain, I'm the Baxman. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with Brainwave Entertainment. Of course, the Gamer News produced by Wizard World Productions for us. Thank you all. We'll see you next week. Same back time, same back channel. Stay tuned for Wrestle Anime Hut coming up right here on Spreaker.com from iHeartMedia.